Before we dive into the challenge, you know what time it is. I have a couple of shout outs to give, and I had such a hard time. So instead of two, we're not having two, we're not having three, we're having four. Because I was like, oh, what the heck? Let's just give them all a shout out. Well, I wish I could give everyone a shout out, but that would take like all the time of this live. So my first shout out goes to Katie Hansen Kina. I hope I'm saying it right. So, Katie, your spread had such a message of kindness that it sucked me right into my screen. It was like not only the layout and the spread that you chose, but also the message that you gave it was such a message of kindness that it really reminded me like, hey, are you talking from a place of kindness? So I wanted to give you a shout out. That's the first one. The second shout out goes to Yanni Bunschoten. I hope I'm saying it correctly. I think it's someone from the Netherlands. So Yanni. Okay, the fact that Yanni chose rust and turquoise has nothing to do with this shout out. So don't go all make turquoise rusty spreads in hope to get a shout out. It won't work. Okay, I have to say that it made me look twice, but nonetheless, I thought that the spread was so simple and yet so rich in depth and message that I wanted to give it a shout out. So, Yanni, this one's for you. The third one goes to, oh my God, I'm afraid to say it wrongly, Angela Bostrom or Ingela Bostrom. Which one is it? The first one or the second one? Again, the fact that she chose butterflies has nothing to do with my shout out. At all. No. Or the fact that she chose pink. It has nothing to do with my shout out. But I thought when I saw the spread, I was like, what an amazing reminder. And that's exactly what I wrote in the comments to come back to when she will look at it a year from now. I think that that's one of the amazing things of art journaling when you go back through your journal and you flip through. This will be such an amazing reminder of what she was telling herself now. So shout out to you. And then the last one goes to Christa van der Meer. There's no doubt there. That's a Dutch sounding name. Well, Dutch or Flemish. Christa, your spread came up and it was like inspirational and inspiring all at once. Because those for me are two different things. They work on a different level. But yours was like ding ding, hitting all the boxes. So shout out to you as well. So the four of you, I acknowledge you. I wanted to thank you for taking part in the challenge. Please do continue to put down layers. And for all the others, the quality of your work does not depend on me giving you a shout out. You're not doing it for me. You're not doing it for the shout out. You're doing it for yourself. Art journaling is all about self-care, and if you take it to the level of creative soul searching, it becomes a whole different thing, and then my opinion does not matter at all. So please keep on putting down those layers, okay? We are on week 5 of this amazing a layer a day challenge. Ringing my own bell here. This one will run from February 1st, which is today, until February 8th, which is next Saturday. And, well, in case you were hiding under a rock, we are now February, which is the month of love. And I wish I could have like special effects of little angels flying in and like, you know, like in an Instagram filter, and then they would shot arrows at me and I would be like all little hearts. That is exactly not what we're going to do. That is exactly not what we're going to do for this challenge. I want this challenge to be inclusive. So no matter where your love life stands, February will work for you in this challenge because I want everyone to feel ready to go for this new month. This new month will be, are you ready? All about guilty pleasures. All of them. my videos are not made for kids, so we can talk about whatever it is we want. Now, if you're here for the wrong reasons, go away, go watch something else. That is not what's going to happen here. But we, for the creative soul searching of this month, are going to work around guilty pleasures. I just love saying that. It's like all the wrong things that we love to do. Well, and of course, oh funny. Oh wait, funny. You're jumping the gun here. We're not there yet. We're going to start with something a little bit more contemplative, if that's a word. I hope it is one. Otherwise, I just made no. I think it's a word. We're going to start. You know that I like to start easy and. Oh my god! I did not expect it. You're already giving me all your guilty pleasures. So we have chocolate, thrifting, cheese, all kinds of cheese. Oh, chocolate again. Okay, I think we're together there. Someone likes to dive into the fridge. Like I said, we're going to talk about all kinds of guilty pleasures. Not the one that you're just not afraid to admit here in the comment. Also those that you will only dare to trust your journal with. Oh my god, that was a hard sentence to say. Don't make me. Okay, and then so I knew that when this would come up, Les, and I'm not going to say your last name. Your comment is not visible, so there's no point in saying this kind of things here. And off you go. Kat, if you could kick that person out of our live, that would be amazing. Because I knew that trolls would show up and would try to give other kinds of guilty pleasures in here. And I know I said we would have adult talk, but we're not there yet. We're gonna talk nice, safe, and we're gonna start in an easy place. Kat, can you please kick that person out? Pretty please. Okay, moving on. So, our first guilty pleasure, like I said, we're going to take an easy one that we'll look at on a daily basis, and that will be book or TV. The reason that I started with this one is, if you're anything like me, every once in a while, you like to indulge in some binging when you actually know it would be so much better to pick up a book. I do love to pick up a book, don't get me wrong. I listen to audiobooks all the time, and if I had more time in a day, I would spend more time with my nose in a book. The thing is, when I pick up a book, I want to be able to sit down, have it all quiet, and then read for hours. Which never happens because there's not much time for that. So, book or TV? Which one is yours? Which one is your guilty pleasure? I am very curious to see how you're going to take that into your journal. It's an easy one. And I know there's a lot of new people here in the group that will say like, where's the tutorial? Has anyone seen the tutorial? How do we do this? Where are the layers that we're supposed to put down? I'm not going to give you any. This is all up to you. This is your soul searching and you will put it down in a creative way. I am not the one who's going to give it to you. That's the hard part. The easy part is that you do it the way you want, with the layers that you want. And, well, YouTube for me is like TV. It's like a screen kind of thing. I knew that question would come. Books and binging on Netflix. Okay, well, so as you know, I already did my spread. And it was a very interesting thing. I am going to only tell you what I did for the first layer. I was so undecided that I could not choose between molding paste or crackle paste. So I was like, well, both. So my first layer is both. So I'm very curious to see how you're going to put that down in your journal. Like I said, if you're new to this, there's no tutorial, there's no which layer you should be putting down, but there's a lot of inspiration within the group. And these are not my words, these are the words from the people in the group. They're all art sisters in there. Maybe that's the reason we don't have any men in the group. They consider each other art sisters, and some consider each other butterfly sisters, which I think is absolutely amazing. And there's a ton of inspiration to be taken from the group. So look around and don't be afraid if it looks like copying at first, because very soon your own soul will kick in and tell your creativity how to actually put it down. The one thing that I wanted to add, a good thing that I wrote it down because otherwise I would have forgotten, is this. It's one thing to have a daily guilty pleasure that you would like to give into, but also have a little look at what would you indulge in if there were no influencers, for lack of a better word. So if there was no stress on a daily basis, if there was no tiredness or fatigue, or however you want to say it, if there was no lack of time, what would be your guilty pleasure then? I'm curious to know. I'm curious to see in the challenge what it is you're going to put down. So this month, it's all about guilty pleasure. First one is book or TV. I'm curious to see. I did not do that on purpose. And before we leave this live to go back to daily life, I have two announcements for you. The first one is I'm going to start further away. I'm going to start in April. As you know, I'm hitting the road again this year. Now that all the health problems are gone, I can start traveling again, and I'm looking forward to it. The next couple of months already look pretty. Yep, I'm gonna see a lot of you. That's all I can say. First one, in April 4th and 5th, for all my Italian butterflies out there, I will be in Italy. So if you would like to take a live class with me, have a look on my Facebook page. I did put up the link to Pezze e Colori. That's where I will be, in Lissone, up north in Italy. You can find the link there, and then you can see if you can join the classes. There will be 4 classes of all sorts. There will be assemblage, there will be art journaling, and of course it's all full on mixed media. Well, my American butterflies, a little bit more patience. It's in the works. I'm not saying anything else here. Okay, moving on. The second announcement is a little bit closer in time, but also a little bit closer in space. I will be in the Netherlands in March 14 and 15. I will be at Art Specially, and I will not be alone because so we will be there with all my goodies, and I will not be there alone. So I have planned to set up a little demo table. I will have a couple of demo moments, but I am bringing along Kathleen. So if you would like to see her in action live, I hope you will join us on the stand. I hope you will come by and say a little hi. And those who know me know that when I travel to these kind of things, like a week, maybe a week and a half before, I will tell you a little secret of a little something that it is that you can do while we are out there for a little chance to win a little extra something. That is all I'm saying for now. Those who have been following me for long know that there is these kind of little things that happen. So keep on following. So if you want to see me and Kathleen, come by to Art Specially, come and say hi. And by the way, if you're not a bestie yet, you need to check out Kathleen's YouTube channel. Kathleen, why don't you put your the link to your channel once more so that people can see it? If you need more inspiration for the Alero Day, that's another place where you can go. Sweden, I'm in contact with Sweden. So, oh my God, I'm in contact with so many things. Oh, my head is gonna blow up. Patience, patience. It's all coming along. And yes, Sharon, I have been crazy bunny dancing like crazy in the last couple of days. Okay, that's all I have for you today. New month, we're starting with guilty pleasures, and the first one that we're looking at is book or TV. We're starting nice and easy and going into things. You know how I like to start with step backwards and then, okay, we'll get closer to other things soon. I hope I'll see you in the group. I hope I'll see all your layering there. Oh, I forgot to mention that if you want to know when I put my layers, what they actually mean, why I chose which color and so on, I have a weekly post on my Patreon page for all my +1 patrons. That means $1 per month. That's like, it's not like $1 per post, it's $1 per month. If you pledge $1 per month, you get those 4 posts, one weekly, where I give a complete overview of my layering and where I explain which layer means what. The link to my Patreon page is in the description of this video. That is all I have for you today. I'll see you in the Facebook group. I'll see you on my Facebook page. For my patrons, don't forget to check out the new calendar for this month, well, the new schedule for this month. No more questions? Okay, then I'm out of here. Have a wonderful end of the day, afternoon, evening. Sweet dreams if you're about to go to bed, depending on where it is in the world. Don't forget to put down a layer a day. Butterfly kisses.